YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Yo Bobby TV. Today for you, I got a light fade. Been requested by some of my subscribers, hit me up to do a self cut. There's a story behind this. I actually started fading my own hair. I was my first customer when I was younger. I used to give myself fades, so I haven't done this in a while, but here we go. Let's get into it. I like my hair like about 1.5-ish, you know what I'm saying? That's the one guard on the Wahl magic clips. The Wahl cordless magic clip. No, cordless designers, I'm sorry. That was the first one that came out. Let me correct you. I don't think they make those anymore. Those are the first cordless adjustables that they have put out, you know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I got a one guard on there. You know, the level's all the way up, so that's about maybe a 1.5 depending on what type of clipper you're using, if you're using the detachables with the blades. So I keep it like wavelength. I'm cutting down the back. I usually do the top first, and then I go to the back in the crown area. You know, one thing when you cutting your own hair, you should never do is always have two standing long mirrors and never have to use your other hand to use the mirror, because it gets real difficult. But in this video, I didn't plan on doing any self-cut. I had to use a mirror and a handheld mirror at the same time. So I took the guard off. I had the lever all the way open, and I'm going for a light fade. You know, I really don't like skin fades because I don't like to ball the side of my hair with the liners and irritate my skin. So I just go with light fades whenever I do a fade. I haven't rocked a fade actually in about, man, I don't even know how many years. So people kept asking me to do one, so I just was like, you know what? Haven't did one on myself in a while. Pause, no freaky. So let me do one today, you know, see what y'all think, you know what I'm saying? Drop some comments, you know what I'm saying, and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe at the end of this video. Tell me what you like about it, what you don't like about it. So when you're doing your own self-cut, you always want to make sure you do the line and make sure you get as much done as you can in that area possible, so you don't have to go back over it. So I try to just make sure everything is nice and even for the most part, you know, with each step that I do, you know what I mean? So I don't gotta continually go over the same spot or go over it after I'm done and things look a little patchy. So after I cut my hair down and I do the light fade on the side, I put the one guard on it and I create like another step, another fade step. So I go up just a notch to, you know, give it like another line. So it's like a little 2-step. Some people do 3, I do 2 steps. It's easier for me that way and less work actually for me. I create the second line. And see, these clippers, they cut real smooth. So they don't really leave hard lines, so lines are not hard to get out. And like when I do fades, I don't like to leave lines in fades, you know what I'm saying? When you're doing your own hair, you're gonna have little patches and little spots that you probably can't get to or just don't feel like getting to after a while. But you know what it is, it's a self-cut, you know what I mean? So sometimes ain't no telling how you're gonna come out after, whether you're a professional or just a regular person at home cutting your hair. So best part about it is, you know, you won't get mad at yourself for messing your own shit up. But as you can see, I'm taking out the bottom line right there. I concentrate on just the bottom part of the line. I just attack that with the blade on there. Because remember, I created that line with no blade, with no guard on it, I'm sorry. And I make sure I attack the line and try to get the shit out. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, you know, double checking. Like I said, it's always best when you're doing your hair at home. Make sure you have a good lighting. Make sure you have either a 3-way mirror or 2 mirrors that you can, you know, use to look at instead of having a whole one in your hand. You know, I never set it up that way because I cut my hair at the shop. But, you know, I just wanted to make it happen for this video so you guys can watch and maybe get an understanding of how to cut your own hair. So there's another guard that's underneath that one guard that I use. I put on, as you can see, I'm attacking the bottom line, and then I go up, and this is how I do all my fades, whether it's on myself or whether it's on my clients. I like to lay the hair flat, so when I go up against it back with the blade, it doesn't leave like jagged edges, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make the fade look sloppy. It keeps it tight and neat because you lay it down flat first, then go against it. So I kind of lay it down to like about a 1.5, 1A height before I go against it. For some reason it works for me, and it makes the fade come out a little bit neater. And I like butter soft fades. When I get fades, I like all my fades to have a butter soft feel to it, you know. So I lay the hair flat as low as possible as I can get it, and then I go against it to get the blend going. So it kind of just lays the hair down a little bit tighter and gives it like a better effect, you know, just from my personal experience with it. You know, other barbers do different things. Like when I'm fading up against the hair on the sides, I never like to use anything higher than a 2. So, and that's a 2 blade, not the 2 guard, because they cut different. So right now I'm using guards for this haircut. Only 2 guards I use for this haircut. It's the 1 guard, and there's a little gray guard that's underneath it. I forget what the number that is. I just know how to use it. So the one important thing about cutting your hair is knowing the clipper that you're using and knowing the guards that you're putting on your head. If you're unsure, always go with a higher guard, like a bigger guard than what you put in your hair. And if you don't know if it's going to be too much, you can just take the guard by itself and run it through your hair to see if, you know, if it combs through, if it looks like it's going to take off too much, or it looks like it's not taking off anything. But basically you can start with the highest guard and just drop the guards down as they go if you're not sure how much it's going to take off, you know. I hope I'm being clear enough, but as you can see, I'm just concentrating right here on blending the hair out. You know, I attack the lines, but I always try to stay, whatever I'm doing, I try to complete that part, and I don't bounce from like side to side. You know, of course you're gonna see stuff when you're on the other side, and you might want to go attack it real quick, but for the most part I try to finish one side and then I move on to the next side. It just makes it easier for me, and it won't confuse me as I'm doing my cut. I like to get one side done first and then go to the next side. You know, especially when you're cutting yourself, you want to get you know, used to that. So you just, once you get halfway through your haircut, you're not bouncing from the left side to the right side, you know. So, you know, like I said, of course you're gonna see stuff that you're gonna want to tighten up, but just try to keep, you know, to this a strict like pattern or strict things of how you operate when you cut hair. Like finish one thing and then go to the next. And always remember, if you do have a beard, you always gotta blend in your beard to whatever you got, like a skin fade or a light fade, or you just always gotta blend in that top part by your ear, so it doesn't look like it's just a complete hard chop from your beard line to your hair where your fade starts. So I'm tapping the front line. Anytime I do front shape ups, I always start from the middle, because the majority of us, our hairlines are not really straight, so you gotta kind of give it a straight line for as much as possible. And you know, it's kind of good to just learn how to cut your own hair, or even just learn how to shape yourself up. If you're at home, you got something to do, you just want to get used to knowing how to give yourself a haircut, or just even give yourself a nice little cleanup. So I'm doing the beard part now. I usually either start from the bottom of the neck, underneath the beard, or the mustache first, but I never do on top of the beard first. It's always underneath, because when you do underneath the beard first, you get a good chance to see how level your beard is, and then you'll never take the top line too low, because the bottom line is done and you use it as a guideline. So always start your beard from underneath the bottom if you're not sure of, you know, how you want your beard to look or how low you want it. Just do underneath the bottom first, and then it'll kind of help you to not drop the top line down too low, because a lot of customers who do their own beards, sometimes they come to the shop, the top part of their beard line always comes down too low because they start from the top first. But if you guideline it to the part where, if you guideline it from underneath the bottom first, if you guideline it underneath the bottom first, you get a chance to see that you're taking the beard down too low, because you already set up a guideline for you to look at. You know, so Caesars I don't mind doing by myself. You know, sometimes fades, you guys gotta have the patience and the time to give yourself a fade, and even just the balls to attempt it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got through it pretty good. I gave myself a little line in the back. I'm just gonna fade the neck out. I don't do round backs or, you know, square backs or none of that nature, especially when it's a fade. I always like to fade it out. And this part right here, I always tell people attempt at their own risk, trimming the little frizzies off the top. I do that because, you know, I do it every day, so it's kind of easy for me to do it. But, you know, just do it at your own risk. But it just lays the hair neater when you get those little hairs that stick up. It lays the hair real neat and just gives it a nice refined look for the next day. When you wash your hair out, there's no long hair sticking up. So I decided, you know what, since I did this cut, I'm gonna give myself a nice little part on the side. I never rock parts, but I just said, fuck it, you know what? Doing a video, let me just put a little sprinkle on it, you know what I'm saying? And there you have it, the light fade, the Escobar season, the Nas fade. YouTube, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy Yo Bobby TV, man. Tell me how you like the cut. Let me know what you think. Stay blessed. Peace.